Hello, welcome in everyone. How are we all doing? We've got the Nar Father up here.
Yo, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty well. Just hit noon for me, so it's officially afternoon now that it's 12:01.
Awesome. That's what we like to hear. So, who else have we got up here? Let's have a look. We've got ordinal nouns. We've got fan rating as well, and I think we've got another project coming up in a little while. But yeah, it's good to have you guys up here. Welcome in.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you.
No worries. So yeah, we'll just give it a couple of minutes just to get a few more people in. So if we could all share the room out and then tag your communities as well. I've sent it all out to the Collab Center as well, so we'll hopefully get a few come in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight just to find out about you guys. I don't think we've ever met before. We may have crossed paths here and there. So it'll be nice to have a chat, find out what you guys are up to. And then hopefully, like I say, we can see what if there's any questions from the community or anyone within the space, and we can fire a few questions at you as well. But in the meantime, yeah, let's keep sharing it out and get a few more people in here. But now, Father, or shall I call you Caleb? What are we going with?
Let's go with Narfather. I think that fits in well with me being under the NARAF account. Let's stick with Narfather for today.
Perfect. I agree with you on that one. So yeah, what's been happening with the RAF? Give us just a brief lowdown whilst we warm the space up.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate it. Always a busy day over here. This morning, I have been working on some more new designs for a new partner, which I'm super excited. They've been throwing out some sneak peeks, and I'm very excited to launch that shop with the. I've really been having those creative juices flowing and got some really cool new designs, just some stuff that I haven't seen out there. So that's been really awesome. It's been really good for me to just exercise that creative muscle. Um, we launched Brozo about a week and a half ago, so that has been very receptive by the community. So Brozo was a community takeover that I've been working with one of yeah, EPAS, who's a member of Collab Center and is big in the Polygon space, Polygon ambassador. So I've been working very closely in leading that charge on Brozo. Um, also very fortunate to uh, be able to help in one of our friends who unfortunately has been recently diagnosed with cancer. Her name is Connie. So I've set up Connie's Cancer Crusaders as far as on my page. It was something that I didn't come up with that name. A bunch of others, we've all kind of come together to do what we can to try to raise funds to help her with treatments and other things. It's one of those things when you work in the US, sometimes copays and deductibles and those things can get very expensive very quickly. And I mean, so
Yeah.
yeah, basically
Nice.
launched that, and the reception's been great. So 100% of all profits are going directly to Connie. So that's one thing, just that we we walk the walk of what we say we do, of sharing more, and that is one way to do it, not only just with partnerships and us setting it up on a 30-70 split in the partner's favor, which is pretty much unheard of in the space. Holders getting 25% discounts for holding one NFT, like I've seen in some others where you have to hold like 10 to get 10% off.
Yeah.
Won't name names, but it's very. I'm actually with our partner Salty Sharks going to be in a Web3 Expo here in a couple of hours. So excited to do that in Spatial. That's going to be a new experience. So super hyped about that. Just being nimble, trying new things, seeing what works, and um, helping those that want help. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing it comes down to, is that
Yeah.
I've really seen when it's a one-sided versus it's a mutual exchange, and it has to do with the energy of either you're helping others and you're feeling like it's going both directions, or you just feel like it's an energy suck. So um it's been It's been good. I mean, I think I did a post the other day that just has said that. I mean, sometimes the true colors of people come out in the darkest points, and people had expectations of where we were going to be with this bull run or whatever those terms. I mean, I hate the fact that we use stock terms that don't even get me started, but um, they thought the market was going to go a certain way for NFTs, and it hasn't. So we're seeing just a lot of people and unrealized expectations. And now what do? You pivot. You got to be nimble. You have to be nimble in this space if you want to survive, because just like in any other aspect of life, the only constant is change. That is the only thing that is guaranteed, is that it's going to be a bit different tomorrow than it was today. An hour from now is going to be a bit different because it's an hour from now. We
For
don't know what's
sure.
going to happen in the space. I mean, I just heard with spot ETFs went from we didn't know when they were coming to they're 3 weeks away because the SEC pulled out their entire investigation, and then boom, like that, they're now saying in 3 weeks we're going to have spot ETFs.
Yeah.
Trying to see where like it's just how quickly stuff like that can change. Of um, I don't even know what happened at the FOMC committee, but all I know is that crypto took a big dive and then it bounced right back the next day, like it usually does. I mean, it just we don't know what's going to happen. So I think the biggest thing that I found and why I love you so much, Watsy, and what you do at Collab Center is about the power of collaboration and about working together and about how that's where the magic truly happens, is in the bringing ideas together when both people want to try new things, and you just start to feed in that positive feedback loop of, oh well, what if we try this, or oh let's think about this, and it just gets your brain going in ways that you wouldn't have anticipated. So it's beautiful, man. I just got to say thank you for all of your support, just both
No worries, bud.
personal,
No worries.
professional, all of it. So appreciate it. So lots and lots of stuff happen at NAREF. It's always a new day. I'm always looking at ways to save, bring more value, add more value to the space. That's my goal first and foremost, is how can I help you and how can I add as much value by generating value in the space in general. I'll get a piece of it.
For
That's just
sure.
kind of how it works. You add value as much as you can to the space, and it people recognize it. So I would encourage anybody who's listening to this now or listening back, just of see how you can add value. That is the biggest thing that I would encourage anyone entering into this space, is what can you do to add value to others, and that could be through your skill set, through your networking, through your time, through
So,
whatever the
Caleb,
case may be.
or nah, father, sorry. So, you've been busy, mate. You've
Yep.
been extremely busy. And like I said, there's been a lot happening in the crypto world this week. And like you say, we've seen a little bit of a dip. It's bounced back, and yeah, it's sort of been well, it's been an interesting week, that's for sure. But yeah, no, as you've all heard there, Narfather, or the NARAF, as they're known, they're a merch store. So if you're looking for merch, they're definitely a project to go and speak to. They're incredible what they do. They're a part of Collab Center, one of our partner projects. They're also within our Discord server as well, and we've created this really good partnership. And like I say, it's blossoming at the moment, and that's why we've got the Narfather as our co-host today. And yeah, so it's a good, nice little introduction there. We've got everything flowing nicely now. I think everyone's in the mood for a space. So I'm going to go around, and I think it'd be good just to have an introduction from everybody, all the speakers up here. So I'll go first, if you don't mind, and I'll just introduce myself. So most of you will know me as Watsy, or Watsy60 is my Discord username. I'm fully doxed as well, Liam Watts, and that's where the Watsy comes from. Been in the space now for a few years, but we started Collab Center up almost 2 years ago, actually. It'll be 2 years in end of July. But yeah, so I'm not going to go too much into Collab Center. That can come later, because we're here today to find out about ordinal nouns, fan rating, and they're not in here at the moment, so we'll wait for them to come in. But yeah, like I say, we're going to get to know these guys a bit better, find out what's going on with them and where they are with their projects. But ordinal nouns, let's introduce yourself.
Yo, hello guys. It's
Yo,
nice being here today. It's nice like just getting like a vibe going. It's always just nice like to talk to people, connect ideas and just see how we can like connect with each other, you know? Pretty much my name is Hellos. Well, that's my Web3 name. My real name is Victor. Actually also like pretty docs on Web3. Might find me around there, my profile, but yeah, I'm the community manager for Ordinal Nouns. And as the name kind of tells you, ordinal nouns is part of Bitcoin ordinals. And yeah, like pretty much we're just developing sorts of cool stuff that I can get into later. But it's nice being here, guys, and let's get the party going, you know?
awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you, Victor. Like I say, welcome in. And yeah, we'll find out a bit more about you guys a bit later. Who else have we got up here? Satoshi, how's it going? Are you going to speak to us today?
Hello guys, how's it going?
Yeah, all good, thank you, mate. Do you want to just give us a little introduction?
Yeah, so I'm Satoshi and I'm the community manager for the fan rating. I manage all the Discord, Twitter, and all these AMS and all the stuff, and that's all.
Awesome. Well, welcome in, buddy. It's good to have you up here. And like I say, we'll find out a bit more about fan rating. And I don't know who's behind fan rating, but come and introduce yourself, please.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Mike. I am responsible of the product for Fun Rating, meaning that I manage the development team that is behind the platform and the mobile application that we are building. And yeah, tonight we are here because we just recently made a soft launch of the application. Given it's basically Fun Rating is a GameFi sport platform. I think we are going to delve a little bit deeper into what we do later. But yeah, we just did the soft launch, so it's good to be here and be able to talk a little bit about the product. Again,
Sure.
Satoshi is our community manager. I think there's also another founder here, Andrea, who is the man behind the tokenomics and all the crypto stuff in our Web3 platform.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm here. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone. As Mike said, I'm Andrea Rizzi, completely doxed for this project and for other projects. I just want to point out that Fun Rating has all the people working doxed, so you can see on the website, are coming from the sport industry. So we will have a former player of Milan AC, so maybe some of you knows this team. And you can check on our website that there are also really VIP in the sport industry that are for a while on this. So they are approaching me and Mike to build up something in the Web3. And let's say the project itself, it's very interesting for a lot of opportunity to connect this industry in a different way that socios or other are trying to do. So maybe we will go, as Mike said, deeper in detail what we are going to offer. By the way, the application is available. It's ready, so people can already register it and play.
For sure. Welcome in. Well, it's good to have you guys
Thank you.
all here. I think we've
Yeah,
gone
it's
through
great to meet
everybody.
all of you. I'm very excited to hear more about it. So we had another person who wanted to come up. Wasn't part of I didn't know if you were associated with the projects. Shinya. So just wanted to give you a chance to say hello.
Hello, how are you guys? Well, my name is Shinya. I manage all the social media contents for fan rating, like most of the content, for the post and designs, everything else.
Awesome. Welcome in.
Yeah, great to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so shall we crack on then? Let's find out about these projects that we've got up here today. I'm going to go to ordinal nouns, and I think it'd be good if you could let's just dive straight in. give us your shill piece if you'd like, and tell us the ins and outs, and then we'll fire a few questions back.
Yeah, no worries. Getting straight to the point. Well, yeah, ordinal nouns pretty much is kind of based on the nouns IP. As you guys know, like nouns is a very well-known IP. It was developed initially on the Ethereum blockchain, and all of this like has like pretty much like the intellectual property, like people can build on it, you know? Like the art, you can use it for like anything, like people use it for their brands. They've made like comics, cartoons, and it's actually pretty cool, you know? So we want to kind of take a slice of that, since this is like there's a lot of people that build like on the nouns IP. So we have taken the opportunity to do this on Bitcoin. Pretty much in Bitcoin, like if you guys are not familiar, well, pretty much like the NFTs, they call them like ordinals, you know? Like there's like a whole lingo that people are like, what's what's ordinals, what's runes and all that. So, but it's pretty much like what every chain has, but every chain just kind of develops like their own like language, what to call things and things like that. But we are like trying to just kind of slowly build on it. Initially, the idea we had is just to roll out like pretty much the ordinals, the NFTs, which would these gain utility. But I mean, we've been slowly developing on like starting our auctions. But I think someone mentioned even earlier, Narfather, that sometimes you see that some things are like kind of stagnating. Like as we all see, like NFTs are kind of like they've been like on pause, on hold, you know? So we haven't rushed to do that. We've been kind of like inclining towards like what's trending. Pretty much something that we had rolled out already, kind of like fun for the community to just start experimenting with like ordinals is pretty much these. I mean, you might guys might know them as like ENS names, like when you get your name at like .eth or anything. We pretty much rolled out that feature that you could inscribe your name, and pretty much instead of like the ENS, it has dot and then the actual like domain. It's the we call them noggles, as you can see on my PFP. So, for example, if you were to like inscribe your name, it would be like, let's say like Narfather dot, and then the noggles is actually like the actual domain. And right now, like we're developing little things as we go, but we have like this thing that we want to incorporate with these domains. One of the advantages of these domains is that these do not expire, as far as I know, on some chains like Ethereum. They expire and like over time, but these don't have like an expiration date once you inscribe your domain name. Like it's completely yours and no one can take that from you. Another thing that we have with these is that pretty much they come with a like an ordinal attached to it. It's kind of fun. Like if you guys are curious, you can just go to like our pinned post on our profile and you can experiment. You don't have to inscribe anything. But pretty much if you type in your name, you'll see that it auto generates like a noun with it. So we have like this pretty much randomizer code that each letter is attached to a trait in our collection. And pretty much what it does is it'll generate like a unique name attached to your noun, like whatever domain name you decide on. Pretty much is gonna have that, and you can experiment. Like if you change a letter or two, it's always gonna come up with a different noun, but there's only like one attached to that original name. So that's like one utility we wanted to bring out to our users. And for this, we actually were not like charging anything for it. It's like you can do it for free. I mean, there's all just like the fees that you have to pay for like Ethereum transaction and our minter, but we're like just letting people experiment with these while we roll out like the main I mean, you could say like the main utility for the project. But what we're trying to do with these domain names, we actually want people, I mean, yeah, like obviously it has an ordinal attached to it and you can use them, but pretty much we're developing this little platform. Kind of like I don't know if you guys had been introduced to like SocialFi pretty much. A lot of people have been developing like their sites where they can like interact and like kind of just like in Web3, you know? We want to be able to use these domain names kind of as your identifier for these platforms that we're developing. But we don't want to kind of just close it to one chain. That's why we like hopping in these spaces where there's like people from other chains. Like we want to be able to people, if you have like a domain name from like Ethereum or like Base or anything like that, like we don't want to people to feel that they can interact with our platform. We want them to be able to use their domain name too. Obviously, if they don't have one, they can use one of our nouns domain ENS names. But we're like on the works with that. And that's taking like a bit of time. But while we're doing that, like we don't want to just like stay stuck to one thing. Because as our father said earlier, like I mean, sometimes you just gotta pivot and adapt to it, you know? And we're now like, okay, like, well, that's not hot anymore. We're gonna stop it. No, like, we're gonna continue developing, but we're also seeing like different possibilities how to incorporate things for the community, you know, because people on Web3, like us DJs, we get bored. We want to like see some action, some charts, everything, and pretty much like in the ordinal space in Bitcoin, pretty much the version of meme coins is called runes. So pretty much a lot of people are starting to get airdrop these runes. You could say like it's pretty much these airdrops of meme coins, you know, which is kind of hot right now. So we're trying to see the possibility to airdrop some runes to our users, and we're kind of playing along with that. Like we want to just kind of we have like our you could say like our main roadmap, but we're also trying to pivot like a couple of things so we can just I mean follow the trend and not to leave things like unattended. We have our things that we've been working on. Recently we got finished like as I mentioned, the nouns have intellectual property that you can use. So a lot of the nouns projects, some of them might have like similar art, but we've been working closely with an artist that's been developing like new traits for us. So we want to make it more like ordinals Bitcoin based. So a lot of our users already have like their R2. They might get like an upgrade later on. So yeah, like we're just working on like a lot of things. Like we have our main focus, but we're doing a lot of things because we want the community to feel just like yeah, like things are rolling, you know, because it kind of sucks when you have like a project that they're, let's say, developing like a game or a platform, and the whole project is just waiting on that and on that. So I could say like we have like these little side quests to keep the community involved, you know, and because we're not rushing to roll things out. The main thing we wanted to do is like the ordinals or NFTs, but as we all know, we don't want to rush something and kind of like we all know the NFTs haven't kind of like I mean they haven't been getting as much attention as we all liked. So everyone's kind of waiting on that. So in the meantime, we're still developing and we're just kind of like doing these little like developments as we go. But because I know like eventually like NFTs will get their bull run again, you know? But as like pretty much well I'm not the founder, I'm the community manager, but I understand that it doesn't make sense to roll things out while they're kind of like at low, you know? Like sometimes collections struggle to mint out and things like that when pretty much people don't see like, okay, well, why do I gotta buy an NFT if like no one's buying them, you know? So it's like business wise sometimes smart to just wait for the right time to roll things out. So we're just waiting on like kind of giving it time, but we're still developing on those things. But yeah, like mainly we just want to kind of take the nouns IP protocol onto Bitcoin, and there's a lot of things being developed on Bitcoin, and I think it's kind of cool to introduce people to it. Like even if they want to just interact with the community, like I said, like if you don't own any ordinals or anything, like you can get these you can pretty much get your ordinal like for free in our page. Like it'll have some fees, but I think like on a good day you can get it from like $7 to $11, like just paying the fees. But it's a good introduction, and you can learn a lot about like runes and like ordinals, and it's like a whole new world. Like a lot of people sometimes think it sounds like I don't know, like prehistoric, because yeah, pretty much Bitcoin started like kind of rolling things out too, like from zero. But yeah, we're excited to just introduce people because I mean, pretty much Bitcoin is like the godfather of like the whole crypto sphere, you know? So it's kind of cool just to know like everything that's being developed on that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like a bit of a rundown. I don't know if you guys have some questions or anything like that, but that's pretty much like a breakdown, you could say, of what we're like
No, that's
about.
sorry. Yes, no, that's awesome. Like I say, because I don't know much about you guys, I'm trying to learn here what you're about. And so from my understanding here, that basically I can mint one of the ordinals and it will give me the ENS name. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. You'll get your ENS names, and pretty much like the domain name is these little glasses. Like in your name, you'll have these little glasses that you have on our profile, like PFP, and
Nice.
it's kind of cool because like yeah, instead of text is that image, is the noggles you could say. But yeah, pretty much you could do that on our pinned
Okay.
post. There's a link to that site.
And so I'm going to be dumb here, but where can I use this then?
So pretty much that's what what I was explaining.
Yeah.
Pretty much right now, this could say it's just like an ordinal, an ENS inscribed onto the Bitcoin like a chain. But what we're trying to roll out is pretty much this like SocialFi site that you can pretty much connect your ENS. Like we haven't rolled it out
Okay.
yet, so but you'll be able to like pretty much connect to it with your wallet if it's attached. Like I mean, if you have it like saved there, and you'll be able to like interact with this, like kind of just like a site where people can talk and things like that, you know. But yeah, like
So
because right now,
would
like this as of now, like pretty much is just your ENS names and you have like a ordinal, like a PFP with it. But the utility for that, like, is pretty much kind of being developed as we go.
okay. No, that makes sense. So I can the ENS or the domain basically I rename the wallet. Is that right? Or my wallet will have that as its name, and then it's easier to find essentially instead of having the long numbers. Is that right?
Yeah,
Am I
that's
thinking of it
Eventually,
the
correct.
right way?
right? Isn't that what you're
Yeah, that's
saying that you
correct.
guys are getting towards?
That's correct. That's what we're developing towards. And pretty
Okay.
much you'll be able to use that like not just for your wallet ID. Like I mean, we plan to incorporate this into like other like things that yeah, it kind of pretty much will
Social
be like your
platforms. Yeah.
ID for things, you know? Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that. So, and then you get the cool NFT to go with it as well. No,
Yeah, you can
that's
see I
awesome.
liked them. I posted mine up there. I mean, when you pull a cannabis leaf, I- you mint it, you inscribe it. So I had some fun with that.
Nice.
With the duck, I got Nar AF. Nar Father is the popsicle. I'm trying. I have to actually go into it to go look to see exactly, but it's cool. I also posted up in there what he was talking about of his pin post to go check out and see what different names are available, what it would look like. I think
So,
that's super cool to just go play around. That was part of how I found the ones that I ended up minting, or
yeah.
inscribing, excuse me.
Oh, nice. So you can see what you're going to mint.
Yep.
Yeah, that is correct. Like you don't that's why I mentioned like you don't have to go mint anything or inscribe. Like you can just mess around with it, like the variations. If you just type in your name and search, like you'll see
Okay.
what your actual name looks like. And I mean, it's up to anyone if they want to like just inscribe it, but you can just mess around with it. Sometimes I just type in like the randomest things to see what it gives me because sometimes like the nouns it comes up with they're kind of crazy and some are like really cool. So I
And
just like to mess around with it. Like you
yeah,
can do
I
that
like
freely
that.
with nothing.
And is it all random as well? All randomly selected?
Well, pretty much there is already like a predetermined like trait set to each letter of the alphabet.
Ah, okay.
So pretty much like you'll know like if you type in like our father like with the same letters twice, you'll pretty much get the same noun for that name. But if you change the letter, like it'll change like something, it'll change completely. But pretty much each name already will like kind of be attached to a set of traits, if I can say that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I say, I'm starting to now get an idea of how it all works and operates, and yeah, what the future will be like as well. Can you tell us any more ideas that you've got coming, or
Well, as of now, like that's what we're developing. But what we're trying to do as of now is, I mean, pretty much we want to incline towards like the runes for people that already have like pretty much gotten like our NFTs and things like that. We want to like roll out like some runes for them because that's like like I mentioned, people are always looking for the hottest new thing.
yeah,
So we want to reward our users and we want to keep them like pretty much like entertained in the game. So like that's pretty much what we kind of have coming next. I could say like it would be the runes, but
yeah,
as of now, those are the things we have out there.
okay, no, that sounds good. So the runes are going to be that you're going to almost sort of gamify it with these runes. Is that what I'm? Is that right? Am I thinking?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, pretty much like the way these runes usually go, like well, how they've been doing it on the Bitcoin is like all these projects are like, okay, like if you own any of these NFTs, like you're gonna get airdrop this sort of rune. And people just
Yeah,
like get their airdrop and they do their thing, how it is like with meme coins and all that. So it's
I
like,
see.
yeah, people just, I mean, it's up to, I guess, like also how strong the community is, how much they pump it or things like that. But I mean, people have a lot of fun with that because right now you could say we're like on a big meme coin, celebrity coin cycle. So people just
Yeah,
like to get things and pump them as much as they can.
definitely.
So
Yeah, no, we're seeing a lot of that at the moment in the space. Narfather's just typed my name in actually. He's just sent me the image that I would get for my name, and it's quite cool. He's got some funky pink or purple glasses on. He's sort of got an orange face, and then is it a grey sort of t-shirt going on there as well? So yeah, he's looking quite cool.
that's pretty cool. I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like too.
I'll see if I can put a tweet out in a bit, and yeah, we can show it off. What my name would be, but yeah, anyone who's listening in, feel free to go and jump on the website and type your name in and see what you'd get. And again, whilst you're there, if you wanted to, feel free to mint it as well. Um, so yeah, no, that's cool. I like what you've got going on there. It's completely different. I've never come across it before. So no, I like that. Has anybody got any more questions they'd like to ask? No, Father, have you got anything you'd like to ask? I mean, if you've minted a couple, you might have a bit more knowledge on things as well.
And our father
Um,
is like a celebrity in our server.
so yeah, it's the pretty accurate. It's a pretty straightforward process on the inscribing. So just making sure that you have the right amount of Bitcoin over. I think my cheapest one I think was $11. My most expensive one was like 16. This was also a couple months ago while other stuff was happening. So it all depends on traffic, just like when you're talking about ETH gas fees. So it'll tell you right then how much you can like how much you need to send over in order to inscribe, and you can then just say, well, never mind if it is
Yeah,
too expensive for you at the time. So I think the coolest part is just playing around, seeing. My cannabis leaf was Caleb the Great. So like I just happened to put that
brilliant.
in. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I
So
love it.
it's a lot of fun. It's a great intro to the Bitcoin ecosystem, very affordable entry. And nouns are CCO, so everything that you make, you can take, you can then expand upon. I love supporting the exercising of IP, and that's exactly what they're doing, and expanding out from there. So, um, I think they're
Brilliant.
awesome. I like them. I have some NARs that look the same. The Noggles are, I think, one of the most iconic things in the space in everything that they've done and everything that they've done to add value. So it comes back to that of adding value.
For sure. No, I love that. Yeah. So, Victor, have you got any final words you'd like to say, or maybe just tell people why they should mint?
Yeah, pretty much like I just want to let people know, like, if you guys, it's not like I don't want anyone to feel forced to meant to join a project. Like, you guys are more than welcome to just hop in with us on Discord and just kind of learn about I guess you could say Bitcoin. Like, you don't have to own anything to be part of our community, you know? So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build community and just vibe, and that's kind of how you get things rolling out, you know? So, but if anyone's interested, like, this is kind of simple, like, just to get started on ordinals. We do have like some cool things that are coming up for these, like some cool utilities and some airdrops. So it might be like a good time because right now I think like Bitcoin, it's not like really high on like transaction fees. So it's actually really I think it's really affordable. But yeah, if you guys haven't been introduced to like the nouns like IP or Bitcoin, like, this is a good chance because we're pretty much have things planned for like the long run, and we just wanna kind of
Have we lost him, or is that me?
I've lost them as well.
Oh man, I don't know what's happened there. Maybe a call coming in or something. But yeah, we can't hear you at the moment, Victor. So uh, we'll leave it there then, mate. And yeah, we'll just move on to, actually, who have we got come up here? We've got DCWB. Um, just come and say hello. Like I say, welcome in.
Hey, what's up, family? Sorry I'm a little late. I was getting stuff together around the house, but I hope all you guys are having an absolutely amazing day. Pleasure to be here, fellas, and I really like what Ordinals was speaking on. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about that end. I haven't looked into Ordinals too much, but it definitely piqued my interest and made me want to do more research. So definitely gave him a follow. But how are you guys doing today? What's cooking up?
All good, thank you, mate. It's nice to meet you and nice to have you up here on the stage. And like I say, we'll come to you in a little while and we'll find out about what you're up to. But yeah, welcome in. We're going to go over to fan rating now, I think. And I think it'd be good if you guys could, like I say, just tell us a bit about what you're up to.
Real
Yeah,
quick before you do that, just everybody who hasn't, go down into the corner into that little purple button, go and hit it, like, retweet, tag a couple people so we can build out the space a bit. Just before fan rating, just wanted to throw that in there. I'm excited to hear as well. Thank you, Ordinal Nouns. Yeah, okay, let's dive back in.
Okay, so thank you everyone. I'll try to dig a little deeper in what we are doing at Fundrating. So basically, Fundrating is a Web3 GameFi / BetFi application, meaning that we've built a platform we have just launched with the first sport that we are going to support, which is football or soccer, if you want. We are going to launch later this year with more sports. We have in the pipeline basketball, rugby, American football, hockey, volleyball, and probably some motorsports. We are thinking about going also with NASCAR for US fans. And basically, the idea is that sport fans can actually rate the performance of the sport players in a team. So basically, there is a 24-hour window after a match has ended for the fans to rate the performance of the players. Each rate is going to cost one token, and at the end of the at the end of the 24-hour window, we are going to close the rating, and we are going to create a leaderboard based on how close the rating of a certain user is compared to the average, to the mean of all the ratings that a certain team has gotten. What we do is we take 80% of the tokens that have been played by the players, and we give them back to the community. So it's a little bit like betting. It's not betting because we are not betting on something that has not happened yet. So it's not betting on the future, but it's basically deciding who is best describing the performance of a team. And 80% of what we cash in, we are going to give back to the community. The interesting thing is that we are trying to blend, let's say, the token approach with NFTs and real world assets, meaning that inside the application, on top of the let's say the main feature, which is rating the players, the sport players, there's also a marketplace where we are going to display NFTs. These NFTs, which can either be digital collectibles, like the one you can find on Sorare or Panini Comics or other platforms, sport platforms that are on the market. We also have real world assets, meaning that we have phygital goods, so actual merchandising with footballs, with the signatures of the players, jerseys. Some sport collectibles, real sport collectibles that we have converted into NFTs, and we are going to reward these, or reward and sell through the marketplace. These NFTs, our marketplace in app is connected to OpenSea, so basically you can buy the NFT directly from, let's say, the primary sale is going to go through our marketplace, but then you can withdraw the NFT and sell it on a secondary market through OpenSea. So what we are doing right now, on top of that, we also have NFTs that are going to be rewarded as part of the, let's say, rewards that goes along with each match. So, for example, we have a couple of signed football by some really important sport players like Giroud or other sport players that we are going to give away as a reward. For example, for the Euro Challenge and for the Copa America right now, for the finals, we are probably going to give away to the best player. We're going to give away these NFTs. Why we have real world assets instead of just giving away the merchandising is that the real world assets, you can actually trade them. So once you get the NFT that represents the signed football, you can actually go on OpenSea and resell the NFT. And then through the app, you can actually redeem the NFT. So we are going to burn the NFT, and if you want the real asset, we are going to ship it to you. One thing that is coming later this year is what we call fun formats, meaning that depending on, it's a sort of user-generated content put into the Web3 space, meaning that depending on the ratings that the users will be providing inside the app, we are going to generate NFTs for the best player of the week, the best team of the week, the best coach of the week, the best referee of the week, etc., etc. So depending on the sport, we are going to have different NFTs, different digital collectibles, and we are going to create these NFTs in different quantities depending on the rarity of the NFT, and we are going to either give them away as a reward as part of the GameFi feature that we have inside the app, or we are going to make them available through the marketplace. So I think this overall is the idea. I don't know, Andrea, because on top of that, this is important. The soft launch we are doing right now is basically based on points. So we already have minted the token. We have a token which is called the Fund Rating token. It is currently on the Avalanche blockchain, even though we are thinking about bridging it to other blockchains. and we have 1 billion tokens. So the tokens have already been minted. We already have a tokenomics in place. There's a white paper if you want to take a look at it. It's on our website. But the fund rating token is not yet available inside the app. Right now, we have a point system inside the app. So depending, whenever you sign up, you're going to be rewarded just because you've registered 100 points. With the points, you will be able to vote. You will be able to play inside the app, and you will be able to earn rewards and gain more points. These points later on during the year, probably in August, when we're going to do the full launch of the application, we're going to have an airdrop, and based on the number of points that the users will have in the meantime accrued in their wallet, they will be able to convert through the airdrop these points into real tokens. So we're going to give away tokens later on this year in a couple of months.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, the idea of points basically is now people have become crazy not to collect points in every DeFi project. We are following the same trend with a different approach. So the idea is to start people to involve the previous community, because fund rating was a project that ran already for a while. So in the past experience, fund rating collected 20,000 unique users. So the idea to give back to this community and bring in a way that people are going to play for free, have fun, use the application, meet also these, let's say, the VIP or these players that are a part of the team. So we have a former famous player that is going to extend the greetings or give services or support to the community. And the idea is to build the bridge between the fun and the sport industry players, so the famous one. Of course, we start with this kind of gaming, so rating is just one game, and on the pipeline we have several applications. If you look on other project that was out for a while, at the moment they are not engaged the community in a way that just to participate on not be supportive for a team. No, our idea is to bring a really connection between the fan base and I tell you why we choose to select the point system. So the let's say the soccer team are looking on this. So we are starting to have a agreement with them, and of course they are aware about what happened in Web3. So we have a discussion, and I cannot share with you, but for let's say for Liga that are looking on how to enter in the Web3, and the issue is to bring the right amount of awareness about users, how to use this space, how to be, let's say, on the application comfortable enough for people that are not Web3 native. So again, fund rating closes this gap, so you don't need to have a wallet in order to play. This is important because most of the people in the sport industry doesn't know what is a wallet. So we are going to really bring these two worlds together. And the idea starting from something that is followed by a huge audience. So at the moment, Michelangelo talked about football, but one of our partners is in the NASCAR business. So we are going to also have some advertising there. So we are moving. We just launched a couple of days ago, and the idea is to bring as much people in order to share what we are doing.
Yes, and of course, right now, since we are just beta testing the app, and we ask our user base to actually start playing and providing feedbacks on the work we've done, we are just going to give away basically a lot of points. So it's the good opportunity to get into the game and basically gain some points and later on some tokens for free, tokens and NFTs. Yeah.
Awesome.
That is super
Hi.
cool.
There's a lot to unpack here. So I think we'll probably go over a few bits again, if you don't mind. So if you've told us about it already, I apologise, but I'm just gonna, like I say, I'm trying to unpack it all myself. so we've got the tokens, and we've got the rating system as well. Now I did go onto your app earlier, and I had a go at rating for the England game. That happened last night, and my ratings weren't very good for England. I'll put it that way. But I think you get, so when you sign up, is it 100 tokens or 100 points? Is it?
Yeah.
And it costs 1 point to basically fill out the ratings for the whole of the England squad, including the manager and the referee. So I filled that one out. It cost me 1 point. But what happens then?
Okay, so it's quite straightforward. So yeah, right now when you sign up, you get 100 points for free. So again, we don't have yet. I mean, everything is already there. I mean, we already have integrated the Web3 part. We already have the wallet interface, even though right now it's hidden, just because we decided to launch with the point system, just to be more free in how we distribute the points, and we didn't want to have any issues with the tokens from the get-go. So you get 100 points. Each rating costs you 1 point, and for the time being, we have a jackpot, an initial jackpot for each match of 100 points. This jackpot is then distributed amongst the first 10 best players, the first best 10 users, sorry. And so the first one will get 35% of the points or the tokens in the future, the second one 20, etc., until the last one. But the idea is that the jackpot is going to increase when we have more people playing. So the jackpot will be either 100 points or 80% of the token played. So if 200 people have voted, we have 200. Basically, we have received 200 points, and we are going to give back 160 points. So the jackpot is going to increase the more people play, the bigger the jackpot. Because, as I said, 80% of the points or the tokens played will be given back to the community. So the idea is very simple: one rating, 1 point. So one rating costs 1 point, and you get the chance to win, the jackpot back, which is going to be divided amongst the first 10 best players.
Okay, so the jackpot basically, so it's essentially like a raffle. Is that what you're saying, or am I missing something there?
No, it's not.
No, it's not a raffle.
Not a raffle, because it's based on how good you vote. So
how is that determined then?
It is determined. So we at the end of the rating period, we take all the votes for each player. So let's say we had 1,000 people playing and rating for the same match. We're going to have 1,000 votes for each player. What we do is we take the average we calculate the average for each player, and then for each single user that has played, we calculate the difference, the delta between his vote and the average, and we sum up all the deltas, and whoever has the lower delta, meaning that he has his votes are the closest to the average of all the votes, then he is the winner. And so that's how we calculate the leaderboard, and based on the leaderboard, we distribute the tokens to the first 10 best users.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense to me now. So here's a question for you then.
And,
what if?
Sorry, I just want to add that for certain matches that we call special matches, we also have the opportunity of rewarding NFTs. So on top of the tokens, the first 3 players, the first three best users will also get rewarded with NFTs. NFTs as I said, can be both digital collectibles or real world assets.
Okay, nice. I was just going to ask you, so what happens if, say, there's only one person who's rated on one of the games?
Well, he's going to win the whole jackpot.
It's as simple as that. Okay, no, that's fine.
So right now that we have just launched, basically, who the players, that the users that are going to play are going to win a lot of points. So it's a good opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's where it sort of then becomes a bit more gamified, and you've got to think sort of what people. So you're not necessarily
it's also
thinking.
an incentive on trying to look for the maybe for the matches that are not rated the most, because then you have a better opportunity of
Well, this is it. Yeah,
winning tokens. Yeah.
yeah. I was going to say as well. The other thing, I'm going to start thinking about how other people are going to rate players. So say for example, there's a player that I didn't think played well personally, but overall, you could sort of look at it and go, well, if I took some of my emotional feelings out of his performance tonight, his performance wasn't necessarily that bad, and the majority of people probably vote a 6, for example, or whatever it is. I can't remember what was it. Was your voting system 1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
It's actually 1 to 5 with stars, but we have we have the half star, so it's actually from 1 to 10.
There we go. Yeah, so yeah, you'll start to try and figure out what people are going to put themselves, so you can get that average. So yeah, I like this. It's going to get people thinking about it a lot more. I like how you've included the referee's performance as well.
Yes.
So, are you going to have any special rewards for, a referee jersey or something?
we might, yeah, we might. As we were saying before, we have inside our team some let's say sport personality. One is Massimo Oddo, who was a former world football champion, and we have Charlie Stilitano, who some of you have, I mean, for some of the US guys might know, is very known for the MLS, and now he's working for the upcoming Super League. We have people. We have one player of the NBA who is interested in joining, let's say as a sponsor. We have a guy who is working in the NASCAR industry. So it's quite interesting, because we are trying to involve even personalities from the sport world who don't know anything about Web3 or NFTs, but they are actually the ones that will allow us to provide merchandising and rewards that are coming from that industry. So again, as Andrea was saying before, we are really trying to bridge the gap between the Web2, because most of the sport fans, I don't know how many sport fans are actually into Web3, but yeah, we're trying to bridge the two worlds together, which is kind of fascinating.
No, for sure. I like what you're trying to do. I've actually worked previously for another project that was similar to this. Not well, I say similar. They were within the football industry. They were called Fans, but that one didn't work out very well. I think they did get sponsorship for the National League, but I don't know where they've gone from there. But yeah, like it's not very easy to bring the sports fans on board. Is what we found when we were working with them. So, how have you got any idea, any marketing plans to onboard new people?
Okay, yeah. So we are trying to run some collabs. We have we have a growing community on Discord, and we will be running some an NFT reward campaigns. I have to say honestly that we are a little bit behind with the marketing and the communication, and we are trying to catch up on that. So please, I mean, stay tuned, because we have some plans for that. But yeah, it's not yet. Not everything is defined. I think in the upcoming weeks we will come up with some new announcements.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think what you're doing with the wallet side of things as well, where you don't need a wallet, I think that's a wise move. But that does bring me on to the next part where you're talking about the tokens. And did you say that the tokens will eventually have some sort of value to them? I can't remember if you said that.
Yeah, of course. So
yes. For the token, we have a special let's say, idea that we are going to share later, but something that can be, of course, shared now is that the token will be a price on the primary market, and it is also to fight in the secondary market. And also the marketplace that we mentioned before, especially for the real-world asset NFT, but also for NFT related to services. So the idea is to bring all these sport personality to, let's say, sell it or craft specific NFT for, let's say, special events where people can collect, buy, and sell using fan rating tokens. So everything will be, of course, managed and used by our token. So you can play and earn, of course, our token, and then spend on the marketplace. But the real focus is the marketplace where these NFT are the major part of the application. Also, the rating is the first game. So at the moment we start with this because the community started for a while. We are going to incorporate also some integration in the metaverse. So it's in our pipeline. We already have an engine for that. But again, the bridge between fans and sports is also to give opportunity to have this collectible, this NFT in a different way, where we are looking every day what happens in this space. So people are getting sometimes interesting NFT, then they completely crash the market. They say no, NFT is a bust. We don't want to follow that. So we design in a way that this sport personality understand the value, so they understand what this NFT is and which is the value behind, especially when we can incorporate inside services, products, real world asset, whatever will be, schemes, subscription. So we are going to put everything in this market.
Brilliant.
Of course, again, if you look on what I said before, we are going to have a partnership with teams. They are looking for metrics. So they want to see how many people are going, the growing rate of the application, what they're doing, what they're interested. That's why what we said before, also Mike said, well, we're going to push more now on the marketing part because we need users. We need to collect users. We are going to spend a lot of points for that. Otherwise, it's nice products, but we need to have users. We're going to have also partnership with other protocols. So we have some idea to attract other community where we can have a special product, special price for them, and also with blockchain. So at the moment we are running on Avalanche, but the idea is to move to a different blockchain. Is also our token will be in the second phase a omni-chain token. So we're going to freely move in the other blockchain as well. So we have this in our pipeline. We have a very clear path, but now what we are now focusing our energies is to grow up the number of users.
Okay.
This metric is important for the growth of the project, by the way.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, the token will have value as well. Eventually, then I'm trying to get it all in my head. Eventually, we will probably need a wallet. Then, if you're on Avalanche, I know you're saying you're going to be going over to a different blockchain eventually. Was that what you were saying? So, will we be? So we will need to connect a wallet at some point to be able to collect the tokens. Is that right?
So how it goes is that users will be able to buy the tokens with a credit card directly from the app, and if Web2 users won't be needing. We have a custodial wallet inside the application. They won't be needing to have their own non-custodial wallet like MetaMask or whatever. But if you are a Web3 user, you can actually connect your wallet and you can deposit and withdraw directly from your Web3 wallet, and you can do so both for tokens and NFTs. So if you're a Web3 user, you can have your tokens. You can get your tokens from anywhere, from the primary or secondary market. As Andrea was saying, we will be selling the tokens. The idea is to launch the token at 10 cents per token. So basically, you can cast 10 votes with $1. and you will be able to buy them from the say primary supply at 10 cents per token. But of course, there's going to be a secondary market, and you will be able to let's say on-ramp and off-ramp tokens to and from the app via a normal Web3 wallet. So there's no, for let's say for Web3 users, it's going to be very easy to get the tokens in and out of the platform. For Web2 users, they will just be able to buy the tokens with the credit card and just spend them inside the app. And of course, they will be able to spend them also to buy NFTs, so digital collectibles or real world assets, and they are just going to have their NFTs inside their profile inside the application. If they want, they will be able to withdraw them and then go and sell them on OpenSea.
Okay, so actually, you bring me to a good point. I wanted to ask about the NFTs where they have a real world asset attached to them.
Yes.
So, will that asset, it's essentially, do you have to burn the NFT to be able to get the asset?
Yeah, we will have a feature called redeem functionality inside the app. So if it's a real world asset, you can redeem your asset, and we are going to burn the NFT, and you will be able to withdraw we will ship actually the good to wherever the user is going to provide the address for.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, this is something that we put in a way that the asset is real. So we have these unique products, but we suggest to users to don't do that, because the authenticity of the products is only confirmed if we maintain this in our Cavo. So if we have the products, we can say this product is unique signed by the sport player. Otherwise, you can take it in your home, but of course, the authenticity is not there anymore. So we ship it and that's it. We don't have control. So
no, that makes sense.
The idea is that if the meaning of the NFTs that represent real assets is that you can trade those NFTs, and the authenticity of the good will be provided by the company itself. So we have the good, and you can buy the token that represents the good, and you can trade the token so that, for example, a signed jersey or a signed football, maybe they are going to increase in price just because you're going to sell them on a secondary market like OpenSea. And then whenever you want to actually get the good, you're going to redeem the good, and we're going to burn the token and ship the good to the asset to the user.
Yeah, no, I like this. I've seen this used before, and it works very well. So yeah, no, like you say, if you're the owner of that NFT, you can be selling it, and that one asset can be circulating on the secondary market for a long time before somebody goes, I want that, whatever that item is. So yeah, no, I like this. It's a good way of people collecting an item and reselling it and making some money, hopefully. But
yes, you got the point. So if you can push this message and say, okay, you can play, earn these points token, then buy NFT. After maybe you are not interested, but you will see the value, because now we're just talking about a real world asset, but later we are going to put also services that will be unique. So imagine that you can have a spot in the final on, let's say, on a good spot, and that can only be done if you have this NFT or other that are part of our agreement that we are going to sign with the teams. So those will be encapsulated in NFTs. In a way that maybe I'm not interested, but I know that there are a lot of people interested too. So I'm going to invest my money there to buy and sell it. It's a new way. No, of course, this kind of message has to be spread in a way that you can also integrate other community as well. So investors, people that are interested, but they want to speculate to make money. So we give another opportunity to do that. And the idea is we are going to certify that what we are going to sell it is real. That's why we started the project with a solid team behind, very well known in the sport industry. We doxed ourselves from the beginning. We have a strong background in this industry, also in the Web3. Just be sure that we are valid. No, say this team is valid, is solid, and of course we need the community. So without the community, we cannot go so far. So now we are thinking how to bring the community next level. So we have to send back to the community. And this kind of approach, when we say starting with point system, is to bring in a way that people can play, have fun, and try the application first, and then maybe can invest in our platform.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, like I say, I've tried it out, and it was very, very good. The website, nice and easy to use and navigate around. And yeah, like I say, it didn't take too long either to rate the players. It was all done very, very smoothly. So yeah, anyone who's in here who hasn't tried it out yet, I'd recommend going and checking it out, having a little play around and see what you can do. And why not go and vote on one of the, or rate, should I say, one of the teams that's been playing in the
Yeah.
Euros.
Yeah, during this discussion, this space, we touched some really good points how the application was made. So the engine is solid. We are going to have this hybrid model with, let's say, Web 2 and Web 3 users in order to be integrated in the same way. We are looking now on smart wallet, what Base is providing in order to reach the billions. Other is to sell the application, the engine in white label, because some sport, let's say, Liga need to have their logo entirely, no? So we also provide also this opportunity to have it running our engine. So we have really multiple opportunities. And you can only do that if you can dox yourself and explain who you are, basically, because a lot of projects are good, but the real world want to see who is behind. They want to talk, they want to sign NDA, of course, they want to see a real company. And we started this journey in this way. We're running other projects as well, by the way, in a different approach, like the normal Web3 approach. But for this specific project, we decided to go completely docs in this way, because we need to be different on what happened for a while. And also to bring, let's say, the sport personality in. We say, look, we are real. We are doing this for a while, but this is our experience on this market. And again, bridging this, maybe not in the beginning, for sure in the long run will be common, no? Like what happened in the tokenization in the past, now will be common, no? To talk about token, NFT, or products, services. So, of course, our objective is to be the first to do it right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, definitely. Like you said, that's why we're fully doxed, and you'll see most of the projects within Collab Center, most of the founders are known. So, like you say, it just makes, I think for business, it's a lot easier. It's as simple as that, and it makes sense. It reassures. So, no, very wise move is what I would say. But look, I think if anyone's got any questions, then please feel free, pop your hand up, come up here and throw your questions over to fan rating. If not, I think we will move on to DCWB. But before we go over, Narfather, have you got anything you want to add to this?
It sounds awesome. Very well thought out. You can tell that you've put a lot of time, energy, and effort and planning into it. So, bravo on getting to this point with the launch. And I have not gone in and played around with it much. I'm not a big football, or I would call it soccer with my American self. I just am not too much into it, but I do like to hear that you're looking into other sports, because I do like other sports that I follow a bit more. But you're definitely, I like the approach on the Web 2, Web 3 with points. It's one thing I've been talking also just with a few others of points versus tokens, and making sure that there's the ability for people who associate points with rewards versus tokens are able to kind of make that differentiation and have that as onboarding. So I think just really great call on your verbiage, because it makes a difference. We have denotation and connotation, and we all know that we're fighting against connotation in the space. So yeah, I'm appreciate the time and the information. It was a lot to unpack. Watson, you did a wonderful job of asking the questions that I had, because I was It definitely piqued my interest in hearing those things about stuff on other sports and just of your long-term plans and how you're rolling it out. So, yeah, appreciate the time, appreciate the information.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Well, thank you ever so much, Fan Ray, and I appreciate you coming in and having a chat with us. And it's nice to meet you and make these new connections. But we shall move over to DCWB now. So yeah, come and have a chat with us. Tell us all about what you're up to.
Hey, fellas, so sorry about this. Give me like 2 seconds. My dogs are literally tripping on me right now.
Okay. Uh,
No worries. Anybody go on and go see what their name would be on the ordinal viewer yet?
well, like I said, I had a look at mine. I need to get a tweet out. I'll take that image that you sent me. But that was of a. Do you say it was a beer mug, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's totally a beer mug, man. There's no doubt about it.
It is. Yeah, you are right. Looking at that now, but that's cool. A beer mug with some nice glasses on it.
And
All
just
right,
having
hey,
fun.
fellas, sorry about that.
No worries. Go ahead. Let's hear all about you.
Yeah, no. So for those who don't know, my name is Devin Battle. I'm the founder of DCWB, also known as the Digital Community of Wealth Building. And obviously, I'm a dog person. I have a few dogs with my girl here. One of them was just literally walking all over me. But the whole reason we're here in blockchain, and the reason a lot of people are here, is to try to find a way to make a little bit of income. So what we've done is create a clothing brand launch pad to make it easy for you to actually brand your IP rights, or it may be the artwork that you've already created as a blockchain artist, as an NFT artist. So what we're really doing here to make it easy for you guys is we're handling the designing. So all you have to do is give us a base artwork and we'll handle creating the clothing design for you. From there, we go ahead and also create an NFT for digital pre-sale. We don't market and advertise this as NFTs just because you guys are in blockchain. You guys understand what comes with that. But with that being said, the main focus here is to make it a lot easier for you guys to go ahead and generate sales for a clothing brand with a real world physical item without having to pay a lot of money out of pocket. So what we've done is simply plug and played NFTs into an already successful business model, being clothing production. And clothing producers already use the pre-sale method. So all we've done is plugged in NFTs as a deliverable for your community, right? Now, the next aspect is we also go ahead and cover distribution. And this is the best part about it. So what a lot of people forget when it comes to starting a clothing brand is where are you going to hold your inventory, right? How much inventory do you need to purchase? And these are the stress points that we're eliminating for you guys, making it much more profitable for you to start a clothing brand. Because by utilizing our digital pre-sale, we're going to go ahead and specify which type of garments and what sizes need to be produced for your clientele, right? So with everything being said here, the whole point is that all you have to do is come with a basic idea, and we're going to go ahead and cultivate that idea as a real world product and sell that with you guys in collaboration. So we have a few different installments that we're going to be working on as far as product placement for our blockchain or Web3 based clothing. And the first installment is obviously going to be an online marketplace or storefront. I can go ahead and pin that up top. We have a little preview of it. But essentially, what will happen is as you guys come in and create clothing, you won't only have the ability to market and advertise your own mint page to sell your clothing, but we're also going to help you out a little by listing it on our marketplace and our website as well. So with all of this being said, the ultimate goal here is to get us to a point of being a retail brick and mortar business so that we can create a traditional access point for the traditional consumer, right? So instead of them having to sit there and look at how do I buy an NFT? How do I create a wallet? How do I buy crypto? How do I secure my wallet? Instead of having to go through all of these stress points, we're making it much simpler and much easier, because they'll be walking past the storefront and they'll see, ooh, I like that a kid called Beast. Ooh, I like that goon. I might not know anything about NFTs, but I'd wear that on a shirt. And this creates an access point for traditional, no coiners, no NFTers, right? The traditional market, to start creating more awareness about what's going on in this ecosystem. So instead of you guys sitting here having to explain blockchain and really breaking down all of the aspects, you can really get them to start coming in based off the artwork and characters that we've already cultivated through these years of NFTs. So people are saying NFTs are dead. I don't believe they're dead. I just think people haven't really created a way for them to gain retail exposure in a way that makes it a sustainable market. So what we're doing here ultimately is just creating the hot topic of Web3, right? If you're familiar with Hot Topic, or if you remember going in there and they had the Disney stuff with Cars and Pixar, they had the anime stuff with Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen and Dragon Ball Z. So what we're doing is cultivating this storefront, not focused on one particular brand, not focused on DCWB, but focused on bringing all of the communities of blockchain together so that we can create this retail storefront for people to be onboarded through clothing. So if you guys want to be a part of this, if you want to start creating clothing with us, it's very, very simple, and it's much less expensive than if you were going to go ahead and go source a manufacturer, purchase samples, purchase your inventory, create a Shopify website. Not to mention, we handle all of this for you. So all you're going to do is go ahead and click the link in my bio, and you'll see we have Gala coin. This is our Gala fashion coin, and this is a production utility coin. So when you hold 1 Solana worth, you're going to get access to t-shirt production. When you hold 2 Solana worth of the coin, you're going to get access to hoodie production. When you hold 3 Solana worth, you'll get access to the sets. So you get access to t-shirt and short sets and hoodie and short sets. And then finally at 4 Solana, you'll go ahead and unlock sweatsuits, as well as going ahead and getting access to the rest of the production catalog, including things like toys, including things like tufted rugs, including things like 3D printed products. So there's a number of different ways that we're really looking to bring blockchain to the retail market, but we're getting started and focusing on these 4 types of products so that we don't overwhelm ourselves. So ultimately, our goal is to raise $60,000. If we can go ahead and raise $60,000, that's about 1,274 sales in clothing with our profit margins. That'll put us in position to go ahead and secure the retail location that we have our eyes on for 1 year and really get this going. So with all of that being said, if you guys want to be a part of what we're doing here, if you want to produce clothing, if you want to really start making some money with all this IP and all those rug pulled NFTs that are sitting in your wallets, this is a perfect way for you to do that. And it's a very, very low workload. So with that being said, appreciate you guys, and shoot me a follow if you have any more questions. Feel free to come up.
Okay, a lot to unpack again. So I was just thinking things through here. So we're a merch store, is that right? So we're a merch store, and I'm trying to go back on what you were saying at the beginning, because you were then talking
No,
about
you're good, brother. Yeah, so we're a merchandise store. So what we're doing is creating the merchandise for you guys. All you have to do is bring in your design, and we go ahead and create the design,
okay,
create the website, all that good stuff, and then help you go ahead and generate sales.
okay. So you create the website, and that was Shopify website. Is that right?
Correct. So
Okay.
instead of you guys having to sit there and pay the $30 subscription fee every month and all that good stuff, we cover that for you.
Oh, you cover the. So hold on. So are you covering $30 for each individual project that comes in?
Yeah, so when you guys are coming in, we're saying, all right, we're going to set up the Shopify storefront for you guys. We're saying we're going to go ahead and create the digital asset for you guys. Like, it's a full done for you system, and all you have to do is purchase the coin. It's about like 100. Solana is at, I want to say, $150, something around there. So for about $150, you're going to get access to your own Shopify store, access to the production system with no upfront out of pocket costs for, getting started. And then you're going to go ahead and get done for you distribution. So you don't even have to worry about any of these aspects.
Oh, okay. And so, are there any extra costs then? So I pay the $150 or the one sol for the Gallo coin, is it? And then from there, you'll create the website and the merchandise, but I need to supply the designs.
You simply need to provide either the base artwork, being like your NFT that you want to use that has IP rights, or your brand logo. And we have artists on our team that can help you create a final design. If you have a design that you want to use already, then by all means, we can go ahead and just get that produced for you.
Okay, awesome. So we
Yeah, I
talking.
heard. Definitely got just a couple of questions. You were talking about on profits and raising in towards the retail. So if a partner comes in, and you're helping them, how do you split with the partner? Like, what's the benefit for the partner? Yes, so you handle that aspect, but what goes back to them when it comes to merch sales?
When it comes to merch sales, it's actually dependent upon the community, right, and community size. So we have two different ways that we partner with individuals that come in. If you're an individual, right, just one person, you're not like an established brand, then we do a 70-30 split, right? So that 70-30 split, that 30% goes back to you. Automatically, it's embedded in the smart contract with sales, and then 70% goes to us for handling all of those aspects: the production, the distribution, the Shopify, all of that good stuff. Once you go ahead and hit a threshold of 200 sales, that's when we go ahead and flip those numbers, and we go ahead and do that where it's 70% to you and 30% to us. So that's how we're getting the numbers started when we have brands coming in. But if you're talking about a big brand that's already established and they're coming in, it's more beneficial for them. I mean, it's more beneficial for us if we have, like, say somebody like Raspy or somebody like Smart says, hey, we want to create merch and place it in your storefront. We can go ahead and negotiate price points. That's more so on a case-to-case basis. But right now, the typical individuals that we have looking to use this, they don't have established networks, established businesses, and established systems. So I genuinely believe 30% of a little bit is better than 100% of nothing, and it's a perfect starting point. But for those that are already established, we can go ahead and negotiate a little bit more, but we do operate off of that 70-30 split.
Gotcha. And then for the individual, it's a soul, and they have to hold that for the entire time. What happens if the value goes down? Do they have to then go purchase more in order to stay at one soul versus of
No,
value?
they don't. So we have an NFT that's going to be airdropped once you hit that threshold. So when you hold that one Solana worth, you're going to get that fashion pass associated with, t-shirts. When you hit that 2 Solana worth, you're going to get the pass showing that you had 2 Solana worth in, and you're going to get access to the hoodies. So you don't have to sit there and hold the entire amount. We have a snapshot date that we go ahead and deliver these airdrops.
Got it. And I'm glad you brought that up because I missed that. So it's 1 Solana, and you get t-shirts, 2 Solana. So it's as you gain at each Solana. So every $130, they unlock a new product type.
Correct. And then at 4 Solana, you access the full products catalog. So we have a few individuals like my guy Jonathan down there. He went ahead and hopped in with all 4 Solana. I went ahead and sent him the full products catalog, and he has access to everything that we can go ahead and produce for him. So we have multiple suppliers, not just for clothing. We have suppliers for toy creation. You guys are familiar with Sid over at NFA. So we're a partner project with him. we're able to work something out. So it's really just, it has to be worth it, right? It's not going to be small quantities, one offs. If individuals wanted to get to that 4 Solana threshold, and then they wanted to go ahead and produce a toy, but they only want to do 100 units, or maybe they only want to do like 200 units, that's not really viable for right, Sid's caliber. So in that case, we more so transition to like a 3D printed aspect or a plushie aspect. But if you guys were looking to do something more so in that larger quantity range, 10,000 units, 100,000 units, that's when we would say, Sid, hey, we're going to go ahead and release a toy using this system. So there's a number of different ways that we can work this out. And there's a lot of different products that we have to release. But kind of like I was saying at first, we're really focused on clothing to get started, just to prove the business model. And then as we go ahead and establish, hey, DCWB is a perfect starting point for getting clothing actually created and produced, that's when we can go ahead and more so branch out into the other product creation that we have on hand.
Did you say?
Okay, no, sorry. Go ahead, dude.
I was going to say, did you say there's only 4 products overall?
To get started as of right now, there's the 4 products. There's the, like I said, at 1 Solana you'll get access to t-shirts, 2 Solana you get access to hoodies, 3 Solana you get access to the sets, so hoodie and short sets, and t-shirt and short sets. And at 4 Solana you get access to the sweatsuit sets, so the hoodie and the sweatpants. And from there you'll also get access to the rest of the product catalog. The product catalog is something that we're really keeping tight as of right now. But as of where we're at, yes, there's only 4 products that we're going to be producing with people for about the next like 6 to 8 months.
Okay, no, that's awesome. And so you don't actually manufacture these, because do you yourselves? And that's what you're looking to do, is raise enough money to then find a location, or you've found a location, so then you can start producing
So
clothing.
we do have a manufacturing partner that actually works with us on this. It's dedicated to producing garments for the holders that we have. If you're familiar with Carter over at Be Nice and Co. One Creations, 3,000 square foot facility out in New Jersey, and we're actually going to go ahead and have a live pretty soon where we're going to do a walkthrough of the warehouse that they have where the garments are being produced.
Oh,
So myself personally, no, I'm not sitting there, putting the ink on the screen press, but we do have people that we work with. Papers have been signed, contracts are good, and they're dedicated to producing for us.
brilliant. No, nice. So
Yeah,
cool.
well, as far as on the customer side, like what kind of a price points can we expect on that? Because definitely, it's I can tell you've got your plan lined out. That's good to hear. You've got supplier locked down as well too on those different phases. Because I know that there's, yes, obviously, yeah, I'm familiar with Sid, worked with him. Have done quite a few things in building out NAR and helping to provide similar services to help individuals as well as companies. So I'd love to see exercising IP. There's so much room in the space for all of it. So really stoked to see that. But like for on the customer side, so like for a project, like what can do their holders get discounts? Is there anything like that's set up? What
Yeah.
can
Mm.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I like coughed as I tried to speak. Like that was weird. No, yeah. So there's 2 ways that individuals can get discounts, right? The first way you can get a discount is actually by using the coin to purchase the products and services that we go ahead and offer. So if you hold, 1 Solana, 2 Solana worth of Gala, and you say, hey, I want to go ahead and produce a garment. I know this isn't answering your question directly, just wanted to allude to this really quick, and then I'll touch on exactly what you said. But if you hold that and you say, hey, I want to produce a garment, the original price could be somewhere around like 30, $30, $25. But because you're paying with Gala, we can go ahead and bring that down to $20 per garment, right? And that's how it works with with production for discounts using the coin. On the consumer side, we actually have another coin that we're going to be releasing. So this is going to be how we're actually getting individuals on the consumer side to start interacting with cryptocurrency. So it's going to be pretty much the same as Starbucks points. So as individuals purchase t-shirts, the t-shirts are actually going to come with an NFC tag that is able to redeem this new coin. And that coin is actually going to be a way for individuals to get, yet again, discounts on the consumer side when purchasing products. So what we've been doing is for different partners that we have and for different holders of the coin and people that are actually releasing clothing, we go ahead and airdrop them a certain amount of the coin. And we're still working out exactly what the tokenomics are, but how that discount product, right, how that discount system is going to work is as you're either a holder of a particular community, they're going to airdrop the coin to you, or either you go ahead and you came to the store, you purchased some clothing, and then you saw the little NSC, tapped it, and you got some of the coin to go ahead and use for discounts. So it's like the same concept as Starbucks points, right? You load up your you load up your little money in the Starbucks app. You go ahead and use those points for discounts on coffees, and snacks and whatnot. So that's how we're really implementing this to the retail market, and how we're getting discounts in for different community members. As far as the price point for a lot of the products, so we're looking at t-shirts being somewhere around that $50 to $65 price point. Hoodies are going to be around that $80 to $95 price point. And all this obviously depending upon how intricate the designs are. And then obviously the sweatsuits are going to be somewhere in that like $120 price point. So all of this is also going to come with that NFC technology. So it's that aspect of not only are you going to be buying clothing that's designed in a way that really, let's talk about it, like there's not other clothing out there that's really like retail that has the type of artwork that we're going to be producing once we get the Web3 community in. So it'll be stylish. From there, it'll be great quality. And then obviously, as you go ahead and participate, buy clothing, you're going to get that coin and be able to get discounts.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I'm eating a graham cracker at the same time.
No, all good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should ask about, but I think we've covered a lot there and unpacked it. Have you got a community at all? Is there any Discord or anything like that?
Yeah, so we have a Telegram. If you want to join the Telegram, like also that's in the link in my bio. So you can click my pretty PFP and go ahead and click the link in my bio right there. You'll see the coin if you want to go ahead and hop in. Just in the name of transparency, we did have a little bit of FUD that happened. I traveled out of town, failed to communicate that I was going to be out of town, and the community got a little scared. So we had a mass sell, but a lot of the OGs and the people that are really supporters that understand, like my guy Jonathan down there, like Notorious Tree down there, they went ahead and jumped back in. So just in the face of transparency, when you look at the chart, you are going to see a big red candlestick. But at the end of the day, it was a good thing because we were able to go ahead and get a lot of the people that are Jeets, right? The people that are in it just for the profits and not for the real business development. We'll get them out now. And then as we continue to develop the real ones, the people that actually understand that this is a long-term business model, that this is a way for you to actually brand in the real world, not just on the internet, those are the ones that we really want holding the coin. So at the end of the day, everything happens in due time. And like I said, I'm a man with a plan. So we're going to make this happen. We have good connections. We're tapped in with the right people. And now it's just a matter of building more trust and actually producing the product so you guys can see. So with all of that being said, we do have a beach house barbecue that we're going to be hosting out in Santa Monica, August 9th through 11th. That's going to be the first real photo shoot that we have. Everyone that purchases a ticket will go ahead and get a clothing item from our very first release that's going to be happening. So just if you guys are going to be out in LA for VCon, this is a perfect way for you guys to get involved with the brand early and really show somebody or show some of your Web2 connections, hey, this isn't just internet money, right? There's real retail business being developed in the blockchain ecosystem. So I appreciate the time. Like, it means the world to me to be able to talk about what we're building.
No, thanks for coming in. It's been good. Learned a lot there, and yeah, I think that we've had everybody come up and speak now. Has anybody got any questions they want to put towards DC? If not, we will finish up here. And I think it's been a nice space, nice to meet some new people, make some new connections as well. And the future's looking good, that's for sure. But no, Father, have you got any last words you want to say?
Smile as much as you can. Trust the silliness. Try not to take yourself too seriously.
Perfect. Fan rating, have you got any last words at all?
I think it was a good talk. So thanks for having us.
No?
Yeah, thank you.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. DC, any last words?
Just thanks for having me. If you guys know anybody or if you're trying to start a clothing brand, just shoot over an idea and we can get some mock-ups made. I'm still doing free mock-ups for a little while, so
Nice.
let me know.
Awesome. Well, no, thank you everyone who's come in and had a chat with us today, and thank you everyone who's listened in. Hopefully, like I say, you found a new project or somebody else that you'd like to find out a bit more about. But yeah, we will finish it up here, and we'll all meet again soon. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one, everyone.